Today on the Leukopak Lady, I will talk about the process that developers use to qualify a collection site to ensure that they are compliant with their GMP requirements and IND application. This is a topic I could spend multiple videos on and go into exceptional detail about. However, I will spare you this and just hit the highlights. In fact, I prefer to save the deep dive for more direct engagements. But if you're a developer wanting help preparing to audit a collection center, or you're a collection center preparing for a site audit by a developer, please reach out, because this is one of the primary areas that I help with as a consultant in the cellular starting materials space. The first step here is to define the requirements for CSM collections. These include material specifications, donor eligibility criteria, documentation needs, and logistics requirements. And I recommend defining these as well as possible before engaging with collection centers, because it's best to work with centers that you know will have the capabilities that you need. Often requirements evolve as manufacturing processes are being developed, so be sure to identify centers that can be flexible to adapt to your changing needs before you file your IND application and lock the material requirements. I also recommend working with multiple collection centers before you file your IND. This allows you to test out their research grade products, their customer service, their adaptability, and their skill to deliver the documentation that you need. You should also qualify donors at multiple collection centers to help de-risk the procurement of material that will be used in dose manufacturing. And as I discussed in a previous video, look for sites that already meet general industry regulatory requirements. The best sites are those that are accredited by FACT or AABB, or can demonstrate a clear roadmap towards accreditation and early adherence to the relevant standards. These sites will make the auditing process so much easier. It's important to have a quality agreement in place. This process usually begins before a site audit takes place. You start with a template of questions about the site's capabilities. The collection site's answers to the questions in the quality agreement template can inform the needs for the audit and identify potential mismatches early. When conducting a site audit, your focus is on examining policies, procedures, and documentation related to donor screening, collection, processing, storage, and shipping. You also look closely at the facilities, staff training documents, quality management processes, process improvement measures, IT and data security, infectious disease testing, record storage, and product traceability. If a center is accredited, it may be possible to review the records from the latest inspection to identify any problem areas and save time on examining each document in detail. Once the audit is complete, perform a risk assessment to identify any gaps between your IND requirements and the center's actual capabilities. This risk assessment will inform your qualification decision and recommendations for changes the facility needs to make in order to meet your specific needs. Once a decision is made on compliance, the quality agreement is finalized. That agreement is a contract delegating GMP responsibilities for the collection of starting material from the developer to the collector in the eyes of the FDA. But developers still need to maintain routine oversight of the collection center with periodic, such as annual or biannual, questionnaires, inspections, and requalification. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough of collection site qualification. On the next video, I discuss key documentation for starting materials.